Peace, family. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star, and today I got another episode for y'all. I wanted to break down this Styles P and Jae Hood situation and bring it into context about business and doing business with people. I grew up watching these dudes. You know, they was Jadakiss is definitely my favorite rapper. I think he's like one of the greatest of all time, as far as lyrically. I always like Jae Hood. I like all the locks, right? And they that's definitely my favorite group of all time, and Jadakiss is my favorite rapper of all time. So I wanted to break this down because it kind of resonated with me. As far as I had owned a convenience store before, and this just resonated with me to the point that made me want to do a video on it. So it can be a learning experience for people that get into something that they like to do, and you get into it with other people. You feel what I'm saying? And how you should just pay attention to things. But I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to play something for y'all, and we're going to just get into it. And I'm going to break it down because a lot of y'all might know the story already, but I want to break it down as the stuff is being played. So this is very interesting too, because I'm about to play this video of a skit that the Locks did before they even signed Jae Hood, actually, and they're actually using him in this skit because we all know that they were done dirty by Puffy back in the day. They was trying to get out the record deal and things like that, and so they made a skit. This is around the time they was beefing with Puffy on We Are the Streets album. It's called the R Word, right? RAPE. You records, right? So again, I can't use that because of the algorithm, but the R Word, you records. So let me play this real quick, and you're gonna get the gist of it real quick.
This is a message for all thirsty niggas trying to get a record deal. Please beware.
Yo, who that?
Hey, yo, it's Sheek, baby. What's up?
Sheek who?
Well, the Locks, nigga. You know the fuck I am, nigga.
Oh, Louch, what up, my nigga? What's going on, man?
What's up, Jay Jerkin, niggas?
Who this nigga?
I brought a nigga, man. I brought my nigga Jae Hood, man. Jae Hood is off the meat. What's up, dog? Chillin', you all right? Yeah, how you?
This is my sister right here, man.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, you Jay Jerkin, nigga, Jerry?
Word up. Now,
see the 5-carat gold link down to the dick, nigga, jerking you, nigga. What else? Only is nigga, Cupid, nigga. You see it, nigga. Let me hear something, nigga. Let me hear something, nigga. I see you got the wave spinning and all that, with the shag, the crazy shag and all that. Let me hear something, money.
Hey, yo, don't sleep, because if you sleep, you dreaming. And while you dreaming, your bitch getting pumped up.
Hold on. You got him signed. What kind of deal you got?
Yo, he's signing me right now.
I can't do it. You know, you my man and all that, but I can't even do no business.
We're gonna work out a little something, you know what I'm saying?
I want my label. I'm raping you records. If he's signing you, then I can't rape him. I buy that contract out for $2,500 right now. We work something out later.
I'm feeling that.
So watch this. At the end of the day, even though they was on D Block, he kind of broke it down as far as Sheek was like the main one really running D Block at the end of the day. Like he had the last say so of what was really going on. You feel what I'm saying? As far as decision making and everything. So for them to have that skit like that, and him to say, Sheek to say, yo, he signed to me, and Jadakiss talked about, I'll give you $2,500 right now to get him out that deal. Yo, this is like really crazy as far as what I'm going to show you actually started happening in real time.
What's up, money? You want to sign? Sign right here. Sign your name.
Contract right here?
No doubt. Just sign it, man.
Oh, shit. I get the
That's
boys
what
later.
just sign it. Right?
Yo, he kept saying, just sign it, just sign it. And it's funny because, again, with this skit, Jae Hood actually, in the Math Hoffa interview, he was saying that they kept forcing him to sign that contract, the real contract, to get on, I don't know if it was Universal or Koch, and he said, I was waiting for my lawyer to come, right? And they kept saying, yo, man, you the one holding it up. You the one holding up the money. Like the moment you sign the joint, like the money get released. You feel what I'm saying? You holding up the bread. And he signed it before his lawyer got there. Do you get what I'm saying? So again, that all this plays like it's crazy.
You couldn't have signed at a better time. Congratulations. You're the first artist on Rolling. You get you a Rolling. Fake Rolling, you know. Can you dance? Can you dance? A whip? No doubt. I'm going to get you the Honda Civic. Did no shit. Couldn't have signed at a better time.
About to blow, right?
And you about to blow. Hell no, you ain't about to blow. I'm about to do my album right now. I'm going to write the first 4 cyphers. All that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to rake your publishing. I'm going to rake your marketing. I'm going to rake the budget. Your bag of flavor, bitch, out of the show. I'm going to rake up. I'm going to rake everything, nigga. Everything you can think of, I'm going to rake you, baby. If you get any artists,
so again, they was using that R word hard, but yeah, that was that skit. That was back from We Are the Streets. I don't know how that's one of my favorite albums. So I think that's the best album, the hardest album ever on some real. That to me personally. But again, like I said, that skit speaks volumes based off what Jae Hood was saying started happening at the end of the day. So again, I'm about to play him on Math Hoffa's platform and what he was saying about D Block, you know, Styles P and Sheek for the most part. He didn't really mention Jadakiss too much, but
the secret
oh man, hold on, family.
to making a tasty turkey pin.
I ain't want the thing to play. Here we go. But again, just putting everything into context and the perspective, like that Raping You record skit made a lot of sense.
Right. All building went to the next building, the power lines. It was like crazy. So I ended up having to pay for my mom's hotel for like 2.5 weeks, getting a new spot. Anyway, by the time like I looked up that 25, first and foremost, I didn't get the whole 25 as a whole. I got it in increments because I'm gonna tell you why I messed up. I ended up I had the same accountant they had, and I only had 25,000. Realistically, I didn't need no accountant. That nigga charging me $900 a month, and he's not doing nothing but allowing me to take 4,000 out at a time.
You had an accountant,
right,
to get 25
facts.
Wow. And nobody came to your aid. Like, yo, we know what just happened with the crib, with Mama Love, with your sis.
Now, yeah. That's an interesting question. Now, this was the turning point that kind of made me feel a certain way, right? After this took place, like normally I wasn't going to the mother label, which was Koch at the time, you know what I mean? Because I let Sheek and Super Mario and the people that deal with that because I have my trust in them. Something told me one day, just go down there just to check up one thing, just pop up. I ended up popping up with one of my guys, and we sat down with Alan Grumpler, who, for anyone who doesn't know, the general manager over at Koch. We sat down. He like, listen, man, I heard about the unfortunate situation that you guys experienced. I sincerely hope that what we was able to contribute and give you like really helped you out.
Too much.
I'm looking at him like,
this is too much.
What you talking about? What you gave me?
Yes.
He like, okay, what you talking about? What we gave you, man? I'm looking at him like, for real, what you gave me? What you talking about? He like, listen, man, we cut a $60,000 check and gave the guys when they came down here and told us that your house burned down and you needed assistance. You know what I'm saying? So we hope that helped you. I'm like, what you talking about? He looking at me like I'm crazy, like I'm lying. I'm like, bro, I really don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So when I found that out, and there was only 2 people that had authorization to sign off on behalf of me.
Who was?
I mean, it was Louch and Super Mario.
Right.
And SP could have, but you know what I'm saying? It was.
So watch this. You got to understand at this time, Jae Hood's around 18. He was dealing with them, I think he said, since he was about 14 or something like that, 14 or 15. So he was a minor, and this is why they had the rights, which was, I think they had it before, of course, before this, right? Before he was 18, they had already had, a power of attorney to be able to sign documents for him, right? And again, being as though he was young, and this goes out for any person that's young or anybody just in general, because you could just be, not knowing, right? When you're doing business with somebody, bro, and you're in business regardless, I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, tight, I don't care how tight you are. Number one, you always want to be involved with everything that's going on. You always want the person that you're around, you as well need to be transparent with all paperwork, all bills, and things like that. Because that's why I'm saying, as far as like, why it resonated with me. Because when I had a business, I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on, right? And didn't really see nothing out of it at the end of the day. Because again, when you're around people that you feel as though have your best interest at heart and won't do anything, you feel as though they won't do anything wrong, tends to not be the answer. I mean, tends to not, be what's really going on. Because anybody at the end of the day, not everybody will do that, but for the most part, anybody that you're in business with and you're not paying attention to the money and where the money's going and how much money's coming in, you're setting yourself up to get jerked, right? You're setting yourself up to be for other people to mishandle the funds, right? And again, this what was going on is very unfortunate because again, and two, watch, a lot of us don't like to accept the fact that people that we liked growing up, ain't all the way on the up and up. And again, I'm gonna play Styles' response, which to me is like, I'm gonna play that from y'all, so y'all gonna see that. I'm not playing this because they'll give me a little copyright strike. And now that I'm monetized, they will they'll stop the little monetization part of it. But yeah, so again, you went to Koch and his mom's house burnt down. And this is why the people from Koch, he's saying, gave them the $60,000 to help him and his mom, get their little house together or whatever. And then come to find out, you never received the bread. And he also, I'm not going to play all of it, but he also speaks on that the only reason he truly even found out that, because he never said nothing. They asked him, why didn't you say anything to him? And I believe personally that he was just scared. You feel me? You young, these dudes is way bigger than you in the streets. Because he had a story too also about how Sheek, he was talking about, yo, you Joel from Dipset, you his competition. And he like, nah, he your competition because he the vice president of Dipset and this, that, and the third. And I don't got no position over here or whatever like that. And he got an album out. I don't, you feel me? That's your competition. So he said, wind up saying Sheek just twisted the whole conversation around like, yo, man, you sound like you want to fight. And Sheek, if anybody knows, Sheek Louch, he a big dude. So Jae Hood's really small. So, that's when he was like, man, y'all just gonna let him like try to chump me, bully me like that. And he said he walked out. And then Styles brought him back or whatever. But again, I feel as though, because they kept asking why you never said nothing about the 60,000 to them. He was just saying he was let, but I truly feel like you were scared, right? You were scared to say something. You ain't want to really mention it or whatever. But again, and some people might say, well, how we know he lying? Because he then says that he had to pay taxes later on the money. And that was another thing he also stated about him getting an accountant and an accountant being their old accountant. And they fired his manager and made his manager one of their homeboys. And that's where the conflict of interest, can happen. So again, if you doing business, and we can even take this to like some real estate stuff, like say you doing, you got a little situation you going and you trying to, partner with somebody on some real estate, like, yo, use your own real estate attorney, use your own, real estate agents and things like that. So again, it's no conflict of interest because the person who really knows them more than you will side with them for the most part. But let me finish up a little bit.
Either one of those three. So when that happened, that kind of like made me feel like a certain way for real. I'm like, man, damn, like this is.
Did you owe them money?
No, these are people that actually.
See,
my mom.
That was interesting because he said, "Do you owe them money?" And mind you, watch this because you got to pay attention to what he's saying, based off what Styles is, response to this is.
Mom gave you the blessing. You came to my mom's on the block, told her, "Listen, I want to sign your son. I want to do this. I'm going to look out for him." But she like,
right, but these are also people who got bad deals and was told it was business.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely.
So
But as a minor, you're not looking at that. You're like, listen, man, this is my chance to get on. I'm trying to get heard. Yeah. I'm about to get out there.
No, nobody knows any better. Man. That's the problem.
That's
not nobody knows.
So you're not doing shows at this time? You're not getting sponsorship?
Nah, I'm doing, this is the thing, right? See, I'm doing shows, but they're keeping it to a minimum. You know what I mean? Because they like, we don't want you to burn out. We don't want you to, oversaturation and, things of that nature. And
that might be another reason why he wasn't saying anything either, or even noticing that money was like, being misappropriated, because the simple fact that you still was making money. See, when you just absolutely sitting there on zero, that'll make a person be like, yo, hold on, what's going on now? And get, intrigued again, right? Been in a situation where I'm not paying attention and, a person's just hitting you with money and you thinking, okay, well, yeah, all right, well, I'm getting some bread, but you're not really realizing, hold on, let me actually look at what's really going on, what's really coming in. You know what I'm saying? And that can really hurt you as far as, not paying attention.
I was a team player for real, bro. Anything they told me, I was on it. I did it. I listened. I'm not going to listen to 100% of what everybody tell me, because that's part of being human. You want to experience things on your own because experience is the best teacher and all that.
Right.
And on top of that, I'm young. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't listen to everything, but like 90% of what they told me, I listened to it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of things. The shows, I was doing the shows, doing shows with them. It was different things. I was getting shorted. I felt like it was just crazy. I'll say like 100%. And this is not to talk dirty. I'm just speaking realistically.
Understandable. Now here's a question. What was the condition of the people that you were working with?
When you say condition, what do you mean?
Were they up? Or did you see signs of, everybody ain't got it like that?
When you say up, please describe.
When I say up, like were they comfortable
and financially stable?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
My thing is just this: I give them the benefit of the doubt, because I look at it like this, being the age that I am now. This was their first time being business owners, right? So I can't really say that they were educated in that field and they knew how to properly.
Now, Styles P is going to address the 60,000 right here, and we're gonna watch him break this down, and we're gonna break him down.
What's good, y'all? Y'all all right? Happy New Year. Let me say this before the New Year's come, because I'm moving on. It's the last of the year. I usually don't feed into this. The group doesn't feed into this. It's been 20-something long years. First and foremost, Math, I'm disappointed in you, bro. In my expert opinion, you didn't ask me anything about Jae Hood. Then you want to have Jae Hood up there. You could have called me on my line to fact check the shit he was saying. But you got to do what you got to do. We all got to do what you got to do when it comes to working and getting business out. But that, my man, was some whack-ass shit. But I get it. Love is love. I still love y'all. Still love the show. Get what it is. But next time you could G-check or fact-check the thing. One, we ain't no clickbait group. Louch don't owe you no fucking interview. And nobody definitely don't owe Jae Hood no fucking 60 G's. I'm really disappointed in Jae Hood.
See, he just said, don't nobody owe Jae Hood 60 G's. Jae Hood never said you owed him 60,000. He never stated that you owed him 60,000. He stated that somebody took the 60,000 and cashed it. He never said, yo, you owe me, right? So again, we're going to keep going.
To be honest with you, Hood, it's been 20-something years, bro. 20-something years. We never spoke greasy about you after you did your bullshit, you did your sucker shit. Nobody never said anything wrong about you at no time. Actually, after you did that bullshit, I spent about 3 years of my life protecting your ass. When people wanted to touch you and harm you in places and call me and had to drop on you, leave that man alone. God bless him. You know what I'm saying? But here it is 20 years later. Louch been in your house to fight your father for you before. Niggas gave your mother money when your house burned down. We actually made you into the artist you are. Louch used to argue with Flex and play your shit and do this, but your old 60 G's, the label didn't even really want to fuck with you, but your old 60 G's. And the sucker shit about it, why I ain't even say, you know you ain't no 60 G's because you tried to fucking sue us. You went to the lawyers. You tried to sue us. You tried to see that we had your publishing, to see that we didn't have your publishing, and your publishing was dead. And then I bet you never told the people there that I told you, Hood, whatever you want to do, however you feeling, God bless you. I'll make sure it's okay. We'll fix what needs to be fixed, how it needs to be fixed. But you still went and did that sucker shit you did. So the niggas never wanted to fuck with you. And 20 years down the line, you are still bitter and using our name for attention. Why didn't you make successful albums in them 20 years or do something with your time successful? That is on you, my brother. You're not part of D Block because you ain't cut from the cloth we cut from. We would never turn around because we ain't happy, or the niggas who took care of you, you feel old more that you never gave shit to, that gave you your name, your look, your fucking everything, and you wanted more looking at other people and you didn't get it, so you decided to flip. You ain't like us. So that's why it didn't work. But I'm offended that you didn't just go up there and actually fucking apologize. I don't know why you didn't just apologize. How the fuck are you a co-founder of D-Block? Are you fucking kidding me? I love you. I wish you the best. God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. But keep our fucking name out your mouth, man. Keep our name out your mouth, and anybody, you speak on our name with respect. We showed you niggas what loyalty is, what honor is. I don't care about clickbaits. I don't care about interviews. Do your shit and get it right. Jae Hood is not D-Block because when he did the sucker shit, he didn't have discipline, dedication, and determination. So, boom, that's all it is. But damn, Hood, you should have apologized as a grown man 20 years later. And
I want to say this because I didn't, play, of course, that Math Hoffa video. It's actually 2 parts. One is damn near 3 hours, and then the other one is an hour, or 2 hours, and then the other one is let me see. Hold on. The other one is like that's 2 hours, and the other one is an hour. But he was apologizing. That's the funny part about it. He actually wasn't trying to talk down. He was actually just, saying situations that happen. And again, they keep saying nobody owes you 60 G's, but that's not what was said. And I think that he's purposely because when people know that they're wrong, they will try to twist the truth. Or like twist the story. Let me say that, not the truth. They will try to twist the story, right? Because he obviously literally said that there was only 3 people that could sign for me to get that. He went to Koch Records, and he said the name of the dude. I don't even remember it right now, but he said the name of the guy that was that was over it, that they gave the check to them. He's not saying, the Styles is not mentioning that they didn't get a $60,000 check from those people. He just keeps saying, we don't owe you 60,000. That's very different. That's very different and very, slithery. That's the word I'm gonna use, like slithery to try to now insinuate that like he's claiming that he's owed 60,000 when he never said that. He said that y'all received 60,000 and he never received it. He never said you owed him.
Just left it at that. But no, here we go. Nobody owes you a damn thing, and stop lying on people's names. Like, I've never addressed this shit in all of these years. Always say, God bless you, keep it moving. But damn, bro, 20 years later, you still, come on, man. What's up, bro? What's up with you? 20 years later? Are you kidding me? 20 years later, you don't got nothing better to talk about? We never spoke on you bad, never said anything ill about you, never been on any radio station, anywhere, TV, and said one damn thing about you. You dragged the chain on the floor, you ran around, you was trying to be with 50 and them. G-Unit didn't take you after neither. You flipped because you thought they was going to take you. That shit backfired on you. See, you're not saying everything that happened, and I don't want to bother to say it because it's fucking 20 years ago, and who gives a fuck? Move on with your life. But you ain't gonna lie and say somebody robbed you for something they didn't rob you for. When niggas did nothing but years of taking care of you. Did you ever get charged for a studio fucking session ever? Did anybody ever ask you for a receipt or money back or do anything when niggas bought you gear, clothes, sneakers, helped your mom pay the rent? Did anybody ever give you a fucking, like every other fucking record company, an invoice? No.
All right, so watch this. Regardless of how much a person you do for a person, and regardless of what you do for a person, if you get a check in their name and you cash it and you take it, because let's just, I'm gonna give you this. Let me give you like an example. Say he did owe y'all for free studio time, clothes you gave him, and because Jae Hood, I'm gonna play Jae Hood's response to this too. And you claiming Jae Hood's, you gave Jae Hood's mom money, because he's gonna say that didn't happen. He did say the clothes thing, they gave him clothes and studio time stuff was free or whatever, right? But again, let's just say he owed you $60,000, right? And you got a check with his name on it. You still was supposed to tell him that, yo, we got a check, but you owed us, you owe us, so we just gonna take, you know what I mean? You ain't even doing it like that. But even that's whack, because you still supposed to give the man his check and then let the man pay you if he gonna pay. If he don't, you know what I mean, then it's up to you to do whatever you want to do, right? Whether you're gonna take him to court, you're gonna bust him upside his head. I don't recommend busting him upside his head, but you get what I'm saying? You have to let that man do what he's supposed to do. But again, the sneaky, conniving, slick stuff is what you would do and not tell someone that you received a check in their name. And not saying it was stuck, because he said it could have been only 3 people was able to sign, that check in his name. So, at the end of the day, that's what it is. I'm gonna stop this right here, and this I'm gonna play this Jae Hood, John.
Listen, I'm super excited to show you what I.
But again, the whole thing that Styles is saying about, keep saying that he owes you. We don't owe you anything. We don't owe you. He never said that they owe. So here Jae Hood go.
Promote me and Shaheem was, and secondly, you know what I'm saying? Like, if what I was saying had no truth to it, I don't think he would have responded in, that way. But I could be wrong. Anyway, let's get into some of the things that he was saying, because I wanted to get a couple of things clear. First of all, while I was up there, he said I should have apologized, right? Now, I think I was pretty apologetic throughout my whole interview. So much to the point that people who was checking the interview out in the comments were like, why is he apologizing so much? Or why is he so apologetic when they did things to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much that I was apologetic. I took accountability and responsibility for my part that I played in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never once tried to stray away from that or try to place blame on y'all. I went there to take accountability. And let's keep in mind that everything that I spoke on was just me giving people a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was saying that they good dudes. And people were like, how the hell are they good dudes? And they did this and that to you. I'm like, because, man, it's just where I'm at in life. I don't hold grudges. I'm not into none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure that I tried to at least speak positive about them, even though I was, talking about events that took place that was unfortunate. You feel me? I have the utmost respect for them guys, man, and I appreciate give me my name, because
I want to get to
this, and he set them up for success. They left, but whatever. He also said that no one owes you $60,000. I want to make this clear also. I never once in the whole interview said that them guys owe me anything. What I said was, when my house burned down, I went down to Koch, who was the mother label of our company at the time. And Alan Grumpler, who was the general manager at Koch, told me that they cut a
Alan Grumpler, that's his name.
$60,000 check to the guys. I did specify who the guys was. I said the guys came down and they cut a $60,000 check to them on my behalf because they told them that my house burned down and I needed help. I never said who owed me anything. I just said what he said took place as far as them cutting the check and what I seen later on down the line having to be penalized for. You know what I'm saying?
See, and when he's saying he was penalized for it, that's because, again, he realized when it came tax time that he had to pay taxes on that $60,000 that he never received. And again, if Styles and them is on the up and up, right, they would say, yo, Alan Grumpler or whoever he is, yo, he never gave us a check in your name. You see what I'm saying? You would say, he never gave us a check in your name or whatever, and you would have to have receipts for that. But again, I do believe that Jae Hood is telling the truth just based off how Styles is trying to twist it, right? And say that you saying we owe you $60,000, we don't owe you anything, we don't owe you anything. That's really not what's going on, right? And that's a twist of the story to try to evade saying that y'all received a check in this man's name. You're not addressing that part. You're just addressing, listen, y'all, the whole thing just pretty much rolled through. The rest of it, he's just talking about what he did for him. Again, you're not addressing getting a check from Alan Crumpler. You never addressed that.
So I don't know if anyone's feeling guilty or what. And I'm kind of blown away at the fact that P was saying some of the things that he was saying, because I actually tried my best to try to protect his image during the interview. I could have said certain stuff that would have made him look away, but I made sure I didn't when they was asking me questions about who took the 25 that I had to wait for when I was waiting for my advance and things like that.
Yeah, because he talked about how he got a $25,000 advance and that somebody in the group borrowed the advance money, you know, and had to pay it back and paid it back in increments, right? So again, this just goes, and he gonna go on and on too about hold on,
I didn't throw nobody under the bus. I didn't want to name nobody. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be real about this. Then he said something that was like crazy to me. How the hell am I a co-founder? Because I sat down with you guys collectively and came.
All right, now he's talking about. I just really wanted to get to the whole. I just really wanted to get to the whole money part of, you know. And again, this is why when you're in business with someone that is so important and is so vital, right? That you stay in communication. Don't be scared to ask questions. You feel what I'm saying? And to ask, you know, and make sure that the person that you're in business with is being transparent with everything, right? And the more that you stay up on stuff, you feel me? Because he spoke about, you know, how when he signed the thing and Sheek held on to it and threw it in the glove compartment saying he was going to lose it, and you feel me, held on to his contract again. So, you know, in my eyes, you did that so the nigga wouldn't read it later on and realize that, you know, y'all was Jay jerking him, because at the end of the day, right, he said that y'all made him sign a paper before his lawyer got there, right? Their lawyer was there, but y'all made him sign it before his lawyer was there, right? So again, family, in business, it's best, right, that we, you know, be involved, right? And I know sometimes it's hard when you like dealing with other people. Again, like he said, they was in the business for years before he got there. So, you know, he's just really like following the lead. And I get that, right? I get that. You young, he's like literally a kid, because he was 15 at the time. You know, that 60,000 thing happened when he was 18. But, you know, the advance and all of that, you were a kid. You feel what I'm saying? And you just, you know, again, if you listen to the Raping You Records, if you really listen to the Raping You Records part, watch what's actually said in that joint. Hold on.
No. Please beware.
Hold on. Just watch.
This is a message for all thirsty niggas trying to get a record deal. Please beware.
Now you see what I'm saying? Because when you are thirsty, when you are, you know, hungry to get into an industry or get into business, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can overlook, especially in something like rap or basketball or football, you know, something that you're really, really in love with. You know, in my instance, it was like a store. So, you know, that ain't something that I was like in love. You know what I mean? You know, my thing was playing basketball for the most part, but I can see how you're pursuing something so much, and then when it comes true, you know, then you got girls and this and that. You know what I mean? You got money and you got, you know what I'm saying, clothes, fame, and whatever. And you know, you can get blinded by that, and you know, you're missing everything on the back end. But really, you're in a business. Like at the end of the day, the music industry is a business, and if you're not paying attention to the business, right, you can get jerked. And again, watch this. When you really think about the people that were very business orientated, you know, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, Master P, Puffy, people of that nature really thrived in the industry. Again, damn, I forgot that dude's name. We rolling, we hate, and I don't even remember his name. I wanted to say, what's his name? Chamillionaire or whatever, I don't know. But he wound up getting into like, you know, tech and stuff like that, right? And he had an interview talking about you know, how he was like how to get his publishing and things like that. And you know, he was into the business aspect of it. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's like, hold on, why all these people like don't be having money? Like, some of this ain't making sense. But again, when you coming from the streets and you never had been in the business, some people, like some of these rappers, never even had a job before. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it can be hard getting into something, and then you just like, you know, especially with him, you're in a business with people that you literally looked up to as a kid, right? You looked up to, you admired. You feel what I'm saying? So then it's just like, and then again, they had a lot of experience. So, man, that's why I say you just got to be on top of your bike and just make sure whoever you're doing business with, whether it's family, friends, or whoever, that you make sure that they stay transparent with stuff. And you just got to be on top of your bike besides being on top of your craft. You feel me? You got to be on top of your business, on top of the business end, and you got to be on top of your craft at the same time. And it may be, you know, exhausting, it may be hard, but and it may not even be fun, right? It may not even be fun, but that part might not be fun. But I mean, listen, if you want to thrive in business, you have to be, you know, in that 100%, or you know, you're going to find out that, you know, people that you think would never do you dirty is going to do you dirty. You feel what I'm saying? Again, if you're not paying attention, people going to get over, bro. People just going to get over. And again, I just feel like he didn't say anything a lot of the times because of who they are, you know, their reputation, and you knowing you can't beat none of them. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what you going to do? Beat them up, shoot them? Like, you feel what I'm saying? And they got, like, come on, fam. It's just, I get it. But again, family, I just wanted to make this video. I'm actually going to do a wrap up tomorrow on New Year's Eve. It's actually late right now. It's about New Year's Eve right now. It's 11:58 at night. Again, oh yeah, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all the people who subscribe to the channel. Yo, I was just looking at my analytics, and last year, December 30th, last year, I was literally at 35, 36 subscribers, man. And now we at 1,135 subscribers. And I want to thank every single last one of y'all for riding with me and, you know, getting me through this year, supporting me, man. I appreciate it. I wish nothing but love, you know, prosperity and peace for all my subscribers, man. I love y'all. And again, man, thank you so much for supporting me, bro. That's like, it does wonders for my mental. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, I go through a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Especially stuff that I went through as a, you know, being younger and things like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes I'll be having a lot on my mind, and, you know, this definitely helps me mentally. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate y'all for being here for me and with me. You know what I'm saying? You know, taking the time out to, listen to me and support my content. But again, family, y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking, make sure you got somebody driving for you. Don't be drinking and driving. I don't what's the name? I don't drink like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're gonna be drinking, make sure you got a driver. If you don't got a driver, man, catch you an Uber somewhere, catch you an Uber home, stuff like that. But man, y'all be safe and y'all have a blessed weekend, man. We out of here.